Mike Milbury calling in. Is Mike with us there, Paulie?
He's ready.
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Good, Dan. How you doing?
Good, good. I know a late night for you. We appreciate you joining us and talking about the success of the Kings on the road. How rare is this that you see a team, 9-0, but how rare is it to be this dominant during the postseason and do so on the road?
It's really rare. This is great stuff from the Kings. Although last night, the start of the second period, they looked somewhat dominant, and then they lost their edge. And I thought the chances in the end of the night were fairly even. But they've done what they've done throughout the playoffs, is find a way. And last night it was Kopitar. All the big guys were dopey or sleepy for some reason. Kovalchuk wasn't good for the Devils. Breezy had some moments, but nothing special. Brown was not very good. But at the right moment, given the opportunity, Andrei Kopitar made a spectacular move and finished it off.
Before the series started, what were your expectations?
I expected a bigger group of forwards from Los Angeles to get the better of the New Jersey Devils defense, which is relatively inexperienced and gives away significant size for at least 50% of their blue line. So it wasn't much different than I expected. I actually thought L.A. would be a little bit more dominant, and I give New Jersey credit for hanging tough last night.
We talked to Wayne Gretzky yesterday, and Wayne said that he wanted to see how Quick did when he had the spotlight on him. Do you see or sense that there will be anything different of the way he's performed in the previous series and even during the regular season? Now he's in the final.
No, he gave up a goal off the chest of his own defenseman. the only questionable judgment he exercised when he tried to sort of, I don't know what he was doing. He was trying to jump on top of Parisi and keep him in place for a little while, and it sort of backfired on him. But I thought he was good. I thought he was focused. It's a good question by Wayne. That was the doubt about Quick early in his career. Did he have the mental toughness? But I'm pretty well convinced that he's got it.
You have a number 6 seed and a number 8 seed. Good for the NHL?
Well, if you're a fan and you're living in any one of the 30 cities, you're just a year away from a Stanley Cup. If that makes you happy, then you should be happy. And that, frankly, was the objective, I think, from the league perspective, to give everybody an opportunity to compete on relatively even footing.
As far as hockey in Los Angeles, it changed. Now, I think people forget that the Kings have been in L.A. since the mid-'60s, but you get the feeling they were an expansion team when Gretzky got there. The difference, though, when Gretzky got there was what, if you remember back that impact?
I do, and I played in the 70s, and the Kings were pretty darn good. They had Marcel Dion and Charlie Simmer, Dave Taylor, a triple crown line, and playing for Boston, they gave us all we could handle. They were a pretty good team, and the place was packed. It was a fun place to go, and it was kind of a funky crowd that you got at Kings games. And then they deep sixed it for about 10 years or so, or maybe more. And Wayne was able to awaken the diverse population of Southern California. And when he got there, hey, listen, it's a great game. It speaks for itself. There's certainly enough people to pack the LA Forum. And I love it when the stars come out to watch hockey as they're doing now in Los Angeles. I think you see a host more when we get out there in a couple of days.
What about the Winter Classic in Los Angeles? Has NBC thought about doing it outdoors? Can you do it outdoors?
Well, you confuse me with somebody who's important at NBC.
My bad.
I don't have any idea if they've discussed it, but I can't imagine that the technology is there to get the ice quality to where they want it to be. They've done some great stuff with it. I think it could happen down the road. I think it will speak to a new era of interest in hockey when they can do it, but I think we got another decade before we see that game outside in L.A. in January.
He's Mike Milbury, NHL on NBC. How concerned are you with you look at the stars of the game, and I think what Gretzky gave people is a reason to watch because there was a fascination. You had that. You've had glimpses with Ovechkin and Crosby. How much does this sport need that one guy, that signature guy who does something different than everybody else like Gretzky did?
Certainly would welcome that guy, but the league has more, for me, identifiable high-end talent than it's ever had. If you go through the rosters of various teams in the league, I mean, I point to guys that are extremely high-level players. You know, when you look at the Devils, there's Kovalchuk. When you look at L.A., there's Kopitar. There's Dustin Brown, the way he's playing. There's Quick, the way he can play. And Washington has Ovechkin. You just go through the roster of teams, and there are big names. But because of the level of parity, it's going to be tough for that guy to emerge and dominate the league like Gretzky did.
But also rules, because Gretzky said this a couple of years ago to me, that he marveled at what Crosby did. He said, if I was playing today, I'd have a hard time trying to get 50 goals in a season. What do you think about that?
Well, it's nice that Wayne's humble like that. I don't think under any circumstance he would have had any trouble finding the net 50 times. But the game has changed more. I actually think, and since the lockout in 2004, that Wayne would have welcomed this. There's no hooking. There's no latching on. There's no red line. There's all sorts of ways to open the game up. But what has happened is that the coaches, try to strangle the game. They want the Sons of Guns want control, as all coaches do, and they want to control it from a defensive perspective. Herb Brooks used to say, let's give the game back to the players. The way to give it back to the players is get rid of about half the coaching staff, or maybe all of it, and just let them go out and be spontaneous. I don't see that happening right now, but the coaches with the defensive scheme, you saw Tortorella block shots at every turn. Everybody's got a defensive responsibility first, and then they think offense, and that sort of shuts it down.
Good to visit with you, Mike. We'll be watching on Saturday. Thanks for joining us.
All right, my pleasure, Dan. Take care.
All right, Mike Milbury, NHL and NBC. Game 2 coming up on Saturday. Kings in New Jersey.